Hello everyone, my name is Marcio Coelho and we are going to introduce here the design pattern factory create. As we can see here on the slide, we are talking about a design and we're talking about pattern. In other words, the factory pattern, design pattern create is a plan or it is a guide of how to do things. It's not about coding, but about how to plan the code so it can work more efficiently. Here is one example that unfortunately we can see in some real scenarios. We have class A that has a logic here inside of class A. If X take an action, if Y take an action, if Z take an action. But guess what? Class B also need that logic. So we have here if XA take an action, Y action, Z action. And also there is another class, a class C, that also has the same logic. As you can obviously see here, we are duplicating our code, and besides writing more lines of code, if we need to change, let's say, this logic here under this situation X, we're gonna need to rewrite the class B and also rewrite the class C, or in other words, rewrite all the classes. So the idea behind the plan behind the design pattern factory is to move the logic when is necessary, when is appropriate, to a factory class that's going to handle the logic, and then the client that uses it is just simply use it. It doesn't need to know how it's implemented. As we can see here on that logic, we move the factory, we move the logic to a class. We're calling it here factory class. An action method is being passed the method either X, Y, and Z. And then here we have the logic. So if X change, we come here and we change the logic here, and then our work is done. As the consumption of that factory is done by the classes, so it's returning an action, so we just pass either X, Y, or Z to that class. So in this way, we are moving the logic from our client to this factory that's gonna do the work. So as this design pattern works, this plan works, it can be applicable to many scenarios. And here we just use it in a simple if statement. It's a simple factory, but we can also use in some other examples. And as a matter of fact, we're gonna give an example here that's you're gonna see this a little bit better. Let's move here to Visual Studio. And let's see a scenario here. We have an organization that has two types of clients. We have regular clients and you have premium clients. The regular client is implemented in one way that's very similar to the premium client, but the premium client has some other ways to be implemented, so it can be treated differently. So instead of the client to call the regular client class and the premium class directly, it's gonna be calling a factory class. How this can be done? Let's explain the code here. First of all, we are creating here a static class with public constants, contact type premium and contact type regular. So this is just for the sake of clarity and readability of the code, so we don't need to see 1 and 2 around. You are passing then the name of the contact type. And then we have a wrapper class here that's going to move data around. You have the email, you have the cost, because the cost for premium clients will be different from the costs from the regular client. Although this is just a simple example, but in reality, possibly the two types of clients who have a lot of distinct implementation that needs to be used. But in our example here, just for your understanding and for make it clear, the cost for a regular client is different for a premium client. So we have an interface, and that's how the things start. The interface is gonna implement the contact data, passing the contact ID and returning this contact contract here. And then here we have our factory. Our factory actually is going to return the interface, is going to receive the contact type ID, and the contact type ID here, if it is, see, we don't see 1 or 2 here, we use that class we created initially for readability, and then here you can see clearly, oh, okay, this is a contact type premium, and this is the contact type regular. Okay, based on this, we're going to return the interface, the implementation of the interface, returning that value from the regular contact class. And if it is a type, we have this here in a different way. This is the premium, and this is the regular. So, and if nothing is passed, then we're going to treat the client as a regular, as a default. That's not going to happen because we're always going to pass. But in any way, so that's the way we implement. So we have this contact factory or client factory that's going to receive the contact type ID, and then is going to analyze that type ID and make its call for the proper class. In this way, that is, this value here is in the factory, we are moving it away from the client. We're going to see this in a little bit. So in here we have the premium contact, inheriting from the I contact, getting the contact type ID, and then it's going to have the returning the email and from the contact contract wrapper class. And if it is a premium contact, it's going to have 10% cost discount. So if it is a regular, actually this is a premium contact. If it is a premium contact, it's going to have a 10% discount. On the other hand, the regular contact will have $100 as a cost, while the premium contact here is going to have a 10% discount. So these are the classes that we see on the diagram before on the PowerPoint. Before, this could be called directly from the client. Let's say if it is premium contact, give 10% discount. If it is regular contact, give the normal price, normal cost. And with that said, we are moving away the logic. If you need to change the logic, we came here and you change the logic on these classes, but the client doesn't know about it, and the factory class that we have here will take care of the whole situation. So just one more time before we run it. Well, let's see, and then how we're gonna code this. Well, we have here just for test, we are testing here with the contact type regular, and we're gonna pass it, but see, we declare the interface here, and then our contact factory is gonna return the contact data after passing the contact type. It does not really, the client here doesn't know what's going on. It's just know, okay, this is a regular contact or client, so let's pass that contact type ID to the factory class, and the factory class will decide what return to me. If it is a premium client, then the premium client is gonna decide. If it is a premium client, then the factory will decide what data to return. So if I don't change these two type here, we may see the results. Let's see here. Now we're passing the contact type regular. What happened? Nope. Okay. I just called this by mistake. Sorry for that. Okay, see, this is a regular contract, and the email here is wrong because I just implemented wrong on the class, but the contact cost, that's what we care. It's returning $100. So contact type regular. I guess on the class here, premium contact is premium. Oh yeah, email regular contact. Okay, so let's do it again. We are calling, the client is calling the factory class for the regular contact, and for some reason it's taking much longer here with my internet. I don't know what's going on here, but the thing is, as you can see, the contact email is email regular contact from DB, and the contact cost is $100. If we come back here and then we're gonna change the contact type regular to the contact type premium, so very easy to read, and then we're gonna save. I guess I had not saved before, that's what took long on the first time. And when you see here, the email is email premium contact, and the contact cost or the client cost is $9. I got a 10% discount because it's a premium contact. To summarize and finalize, if you didn't get it yet, so the main class here, or the client, he doesn't know what the implementation is about. We are moving it to a factory class via the interface, with the factory interface from the iContact, and then here we pass the data, and then we return the contact contract wrapper class with the results, and we pass the email to the console write line and the cost. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.